Good evening, everybody. Welcome to yet another edition of our podcast. We are so glad that you take your time out of your busy schedule to join us this evening. I am C. Carter. Joined beside me is Jacob, Brandon, Cody,
Jose's somewhere.
He's probably checking the IDs at the front door because you never know when those little bastards like try to sneak in some heavy stuff. But anyways,
the only people that Jose will not let in are Broncos fans.
Well, let's just be honest with ourselves here. And first of all, we're gonna start out with the NFL first. And
yeah,
today this is pretty much the song of the day.
Oh God.
Oh. Yeah.
Now, why I'm playing that song?
Yeah, I know. We all know this song. Oh. Yep. Simple enough. A lot of big time players got paid.
Yeah, they got paid. I'm talking about paid big money.
Oh yeah, a lot of big money. And
Carter,
checking out the news now.
Carter, I couldn't hear the music.
That's too bad. Anyways,
it's your fault.
Anyways, taking a look at the news from Yahoo Sports. Coming from Dallas, Stephon Diggs get a big $97 million contract. He got paid big.
Mm-hmm. Now, also, let me go ahead and throw this in. Saquon ended his holdout with the Giants. He signed a brand new deal. Let me get the details.
It's worth $11 million.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Running back Saquon Barkley has signed his franchise tag with the New York Giants, the team announced today. The deal is a one-year deal, adjusted franchise tag worth $10.1 million, fully guaranteed, and up to $11 million with incentives, sources told ESPN. The tag was adjusted to add a $2 million signing bonus, as well as the incentives, sources say. So
we don't know the incentives yet, but we can throw some wood into the fire for the rumor mill. I'm gonna say some of the rumors are like if he goes like maybe 500, maybe like past 500 yards in like a season or something like that, he get like maybe like $500,000, like $500K. That sounds about right.
You gotta understand, Jacob. He went 1,300 yards last season.
So maybe like 2,000 yards, go like 2K, like 1,500 yards this season. He gets like maybe like $500,000 or something like that.
Now let me jump in because I could pretty much imagine there's a conversation going on between Josh Jacobs and Saquon Barkley, and Josh Jacobs is saying, "Man, we're gonna sit out the entire season." Saquon, on the other hand.
No. What you should have done was you should have pulled up was the Bender gift. you know the one I'm talking about. Okay, but yeah. But another big deal. We just talked about this from the land of from the world of Hollywood, and I'm not talking about Rams here. Justin Herbert got a big extension from the Bolts, 5 years, totaling, get this, $262.5 million.
Jesus.
Yeah, that's big money right there.
Yeah.
Now there is some more news for our correspondent. If I can get my fucking charger out, give me a second here.
Okay. From our boy Ray. Correction, actually, Yeah, this is from her. This is for Herbert. Correction. Herbert had 2 years left on his rookie contract, but yeah, he's staying for 7 years now with the 5-year extension. Now, totally with the 5-year, $262 million contract.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
But there's also a lot. I mean, a lot of more signings.
Yeah, a lot more signings here.
Anthony Richardson has finally signed his deal with the Colts.
Yeah. Speaking of the Colts, I got some bad news for Cody. Indianapolis Colts All-Pro running back Jonathan Taylor was placed on the active, physically unable to perform list after reporting for training camp on Tuesday, sidelining him during the team's practices until he is moved to the active roster.
More news for Way.
More. Hold on, we're still getting some more updates on the Herbert signing. Reading this is from Tom Pellarosa. Within his 5-year extension, Chargers star Justin Herbert becomes the latest quarterback to join the $50 million per year club, joining Aaron Rodgers, Lamar Jackson, and Jalen Hurts. Now all eyes are on the Bengals and former LSU quarterback, Heisman Trophy winner, and national champion, my boy Bayou Joe Burrow.
You know something? I saw this over the weekend. That they were trying to sell like a little competition of who's going to get the most money between Joe Burrow and Justin Herbert.
That sounds like a bad idea.
The question is now.
All it is basically a one-upmanship contest on who's getting the biggest money. But all it's doing is basically making the teams lose more cap space. You know.
Yeah. That's also for one more thing. You gotta keep this in mind. Bengals owner Mike Brown is cheap, so.
Mm-hmm.
So
I doubt Joey B is going to be getting some cash. He's going to get that big money.
Let me go ahead and get through reading the Jonathan Taylor story.
Yeah, let's get back to Jonathan Taylor here.
Yes, because he's on the active, physically unable to perform list, and this comes after he had ankle surgery earlier this offseason to address
Was it because of was it like a shattered ankle or was it a tendon issue?
Well, let me finish because it says it was to address a recurring issue that limited Taylor to 11 games last year. One coach source indicated that his stay on the PUP list could be brief, saying it shouldn't be long. So
so it could have been something like maybe like a rolled ankle or something.
Mm-hmm. Hold on, I gotta add another person to the stream.
Oh, we got to join her.
Here we go.
Okay.
Savage alert. Bedlam, welcome to the show. Just in time. We're talking about the signings that's been going on in the NFL.
Oh boy, let's go ahead and get the even bigger monkey out of the room.
We just started talking about what's been going on with Jonathan Taylor, about how he's been not been able to go onto the active roster due to the fact of his ankle injury, so about his recurring ankle problems as of late.
Why did you have to say point the monkey while I'm actually walking up past like some news from yesterday?
See, I wasn't going to refer to the Jonathan Taylor thing because I've been paying attention to that quietly. Mm-hmm. I'm more on this Justin Herbert contract.
Yes.
Just the 5-year extension for 200 if I remember correctly. Yeah, 230 over
262 million.
Okay, now I have a question because here's the thing with the Chargers.
I ain't gonna lie. You might be paying a bit too much.
Yeah, that's why, let me just jump in for a second because my question with the Chargers is easy and simple. Do you have enough to give him some weapons? Do you have enough to satisfy a pissed off running back that wants out of Los Angeles when the season is over?
Speaking of someone who wants out of Los Angeles, Josh Jacobs was yesterday boarded a flight.
Jacobs is not in Los Angeles. Josh Jacobs is in Las Vegas.
I know that. I'm just talking about Vegas.
I said Los Angeles.
Cody, first off, we'll get to Vegas in a minute, but get back into Herbert. I agree with Carter. Do they have enough money to get the weapons? Do they have enough money to help out with a running back who is beyond pissed?
That's not even the question I have.
What's that?
Why would you pay $52 million for a QB who doesn't have a playoff win?
That's a good point.
I'm sorry, but if we're gonna sit here and give Lamar Jackson all this shit, one, he has an MVP season. He has one playoff win to his name, which is far more than Justin Herbert. Because the last I checked, Justin Herbert was on the receiving end of one of the biggest playoff choke jobs I've ever seen. And you're going to offer him $52 million. I don't know. Maybe it's cap.
Another person in that 50 million club that our correspondent Ray talked about, Aaron Rodgers. Another thing that Lamar has with Lamar Jackson, he's got playoff wins. He's got an MVP season. You know, he also has a Super Bowl ring.
At least Aaron Rodgers is worth the money, regardless of what people think about him.
Okay.
Raiders yesterday has signed Marcus Peters, former Ravens Pro Bowl quarterback. Receiving.
Oh, good luck with dealing with Marcus Peters, because the Raiders do love problematic talent. So that's nothing new for them.
They have a problematic head coach, so it fits well.
You ain't kidding on that part.
Well, there's a gambling suspension that just got announced yesterday.
Oh God.
I don't know if I can fucking say his name. It's a tongue twister.
Okay.
It's from the Denver Broncos.
Of course it is.
Mm-hmm.
Anyways, yeah, but go get it. Yeah, but I agree with Jamal. Season out of his ass and actually get a damn playoff win this season with the Bulls, which I think is damn near impossible. He ain't worth the money.
Is he worth the headache?
Hell no.
Way.
Hold it, Cody. Before you give us more news, let's keep going with the Herbert situation.
Herbert has the arm. I don't doubt the arm.
Yeah,
it's just $52.5 million for a guy who might not make the playoffs. And if he doesn't make the playoffs within this time period, there are going to be questions, especially if the Ravens win the Super Bowl with Lamar. Then I'm going to be annoying the piss out of everyone who is trash talking Lamar, because I'm going to sit here and I'm going to be like, Lamar's worth the money now.
Mm-hmm.
Is Herbert worth the money?
No. Not now. If he actually shows up, then we can start.
To be fair, I don't think anyone is qualified to answer that question, only because circumstance.
I can probably top the next signing. Cowboys have signed Trevon Diggs to a 5-year, $97 million contract extension.
Where have you been?
Yeah.
Wait as Cody shows up again.
Okay,
good.
Fuck off. Okay, I keep concentrating on the fucking news, jackasses.
Okay, so yeah.
To be fair, this is what the whole thing is.
Yeah. What Cody said is true. This is from Yahoo Sports. This is from today, earlier today. Cornerback Trevon Diggs got a 5-year, $97 million contract extension from Jerry Jones. This is from Jory Epstein. The deal, which could be worth up to, get this, $104 million, will keep the Cowboys start to the 2028 season. This is from Jory Epstein on Twitter.
Then Broncos coaching Let's Die signed the one jackass that missed so many fucking kicks against Tom Brady Buccaneers.
Yeah,
Brett Mayer.
I'm checking the comments. Our correspondent Ray is in the chat with us. Good to have him. Yeah, he said it best. Diggs did earn that contract. He did have a good showing last season with Big D. If I check his stats from last season, in 2021 he had a total of 59 total who is the younger, had 59 total tackles, a league high 11 interceptions in 2021, and broken up passes or made interceptions on 21.5% of targets since 2021. So safe to say he earned that contract extension with Big D.
That's a big extension for a guy who may never reach a Super Bowl with the Dallas Cowboys.
Because again, it's fucking Jerry Jones who doesn't know how to run a team.
And the Anthony Richardson deal is 4-year deal with a $34 million contract, fully guaranteed.
Well, the good news is that he can use that money to help help him brace himself for getting ruined and screwed over by Jim Irsay when the season gets underway.
All right. Oh, speaking of my Colts, the CBS schedule portion of the NFL 2023 season got announced today, and thank fuck Matt Ryan is out of the Colts. He's fucking out of the Colts and just becoming a commentator.
He's been out of the Colts. Your team killed his desire to play football when y'all blew a 36-point lead. What are you doing? Trash ass football team. No. We're doing this. We're doing this now. We're doing this now. We're doing this now. I will forever dislike your team for taking away 3 more Super Bowls we could have had. You lame pieces of shit. Fuck your Colts. I hope they suck this year. I hope they go 4-12. I hope they bomb. I hope Jonathan Taylor takes his ass somewhere else. And I hope Anthony Richardson bombs like hell. Because nothing would make me happier to see your franchise wallow in trash. Trash.
Can I fucking speak and talk about the portion of the CBS schedule?
No.
Hold on for a second. He's gone. I just want to say this. I just want to say this real quick. Cody's roasting on an open fire.
Anyway,
just be glad Jose's not here.
As we thank Jamal Bedlam for being a part and giving Cody his much-needed roasting.
Can I talk about the schedule, please?
No.
Go ahead, Cody.
Fine. Give him his much-needed moments.
My God.
So this is through week 1 to 3.
Okay,
the first week will have your Denver Broncos go against the Cleveland Browns on week 1 on September 10th.
Okay. That's gonna be, hold on, before you continue, that's gonna be kind of confused. That's gonna be kind of interesting for them because they're gonna be playing the day before the anniversary, and that's gonna be kind of awkward.
Tampa Bay Buccaneers will face off against the Vikings.
Stop, because I saw that Matt Ryan is gonna be one of the commentators for that game. And I was saying, boy, it's ironic. Matt Ryan is returning to the stadium where the Colts choked worse than Mia Khalifa in her latest film.
Oh. Well, there's a something that Jamal. Well, I think this is the game Jamal will probably be happy to be watching. His Ravens, his Baltimore Ravens are going up against the Texans.
That's gonna be okay then.
And then your New Orleans Saints are fighting the Tennessee Titans.
Speaking of my New Orleans Saints, getting back to the free agency, I am pleased to announce.
Okay, wow!
Since I got these notes, since I got the announcement that former Pro Bowler is now coming back home to New Orleans. Now I'm talking about Jimmy Graham himself, former Miami Hurricane, coming back to New Orleans where he made his name for himself, and I couldn't be happier. Sure,
he's not the only one that the Saints signed. They also got Trey Turner.
Wait, Trey Turner's come to the Bayou as well.
Yeah, the guard, a Pro Bowl guard, is coming to New Orleans. I just want to say this real quick because also USA Today, I think it was from USA Today, did a prediction of how each team is going to finish this upcoming season.
I saw that actually. I actually saw USA Today talk about that. Yeah, actually, yeah. Get this. This is actually a bombshell, and this is actually a bombshell. That USA Today, like you said, USA Today decided to predict who is going to be winning each division for this season, for this upcoming 2023-2024 season. And get this, they actually predict in the upset of the millennium that the Detroit Lions are going to take the NFC North. They are reaching for the Lord themselves, that the Lions that are going for the North.
Well, here's the thing, Jacob, and I think that I can see how come USA Today is going out on that limb because the Packers, they don't have Aaron Rodgers anymore. You gotta wonder if Justin Fields finally got some help. I mean, remember the Bears did trade to get a wide receiver, so
where did that put the Vikings at?
That's a good question.
Point, because the Vikings, although they have Kirk Cousins, who unfortunately, even though he likes to, unfortunately, he is notorious for going to the barbecue. He is a good quarterback most of the time. I use that term very, very strictly most of the time.
I'm just waiting for me to talk about the end of the schedule because Carter gave me the go ahead.
Well, hold on for a second, Speedy. Also, now USA Today is predicting that all 4 teams in the AFC North is going to finish with a winning record.
Oh.
Bengals, Ravens, Steelers, and Browns.
Oh,
that'd
be scary.
When is the last time a whole division actually finished the season above 500?
I don't think that's ever happened. At least not here.
That is an almost never happened feat in the over 100-year history of the National Football League. And I'm begging anybody, and not only in Discord, but our correspondent Ray, but everybody on YouTube to look this up and try to see if we can see if this actually happened. If not, that could be a historic moment in NFL history.
Yeah, now we better go ahead and let our resident Mr. Ed get through reading the schedule.
Okay, let's go to the 4:25 p.m. schedule. We got a Super Bowl rematch.
Ooh.
The Eagles versus New England.
Oh, Super Bowl 52 rematch between the Pats and the Eagles.
Now, I got a question about that game between the Eagles and the Patriots.
Oh God.
Bill O'Brien is the offensive court. Is probably working on the offensive side of the ball for New England.
Mm-hmm.
I think he's the main reason how come DeAndre Hopkins is not playing for New England this year.
I think for the Eagles, it is redemption time because they almost came this fucking close to winning the Super Bowl this year.
Winning their second ring. They were so close and arguably what was arguably the best Super Bowl we have seen.
Super Bowl-ish. We blame the turf that they fucking brought.
Well, let's see.
And the ref.
Well, that's true. So
yeah, that's true.
What's
up? Okay,
go ahead, keep going, Mr. Ed.
I'm thinking we should probably do our NFL projections. Like, one, let's not have the refs fuck up this season. Fingers crossed.
No.
We got.
Actually, no. I got a better idea. Let's flip it. Let's bet how many games will the ref fuck up.
So in other words, how many games are we going to see ref ball?
Yeah,
tune in next year for our results.
How many games out of the 17-week season will we see ref ball?
And whoever comes up short has to eat a bag of mustard Skittles.
Oh God,
that's all I'm hating.
You know what's weird that you.
Let's not go for the. Let's not.
Here's the thing. It's not nationwide release. It's a limited release through like Atlanta to New York. So people can't get them nationwide. You can only get them through giveaways. We got
finish the schedule, Mr.
We got no Chargers, no versus Miami Dolphins.
Herbert versus Tua.
If Tua is able to play.
If Tua is healthy, because we all remember what happened last season. Good God.
Yeah, this year, that last season we had more injuries than ever. Let's hope this year it's like we keep it safe. We almost had a near fatal.
Cody, keep this in mind. This is the NFL we're talking about. This is money over safety.
Yeah, they don't care about safety.
Everybody
they care about money.
Yeah, but everyone in the world last season was in the edge of their TVs, almost seeing a near fatal death.
Twice. With not only Tua, but the God,
Damar Hamlin.
Yeah, Damar Hamlin.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Thankfully, he's okay.
Yeah, now let's hold off on the rest of that schedule because we got a lot more to go. Because if we keep on talking about that schedule, we'll be here all night long.
Yeah,
I'm not Lionel Richie. I'm not interested in going all night long.
Before we move on, since the preseason is about to kick off next week, how about this? We're gonna have a little prediction contest. We're gonna have a little fun with this. How about we predict who's gonna be able to make who's gonna make it to the playoffs? Who do you want to see to make the playoffs this season? Who's gonna be one of the 9 who's gonna be one of the 10 teams to make it to the 2024 playoffs for this season?
Well, keep this in mind. Number one, we'll talk about remember the playoff field is 14, 7 from each conference.
Okay, 7. My apologies. Which one of the 14 you want to see you think is going to make it to the postseason?
I know. First of all, let me start off by saying I know one team that's not going to go to the playoffs. Well, 2, but I'm going to hold that off until next time. I saw that middle finger, Cody.
Ignoring that.
If I had to pick
but here's the thing.
Cody,
I know.
Let's be honest here, okay?
Yeah, I know good and well Tampa Bay is not going to go to the playoffs this year.
I wasn't going to say Tampa Bay.
Now, I'm going to say how come. Baker Mayfield's our quarterback. And I don't know which Baker Mayfield we're going to get.
Are you going to get pastry chef Baker Mayfield? I don't think you're going to get pastry chef Baker Mayfield or determined Baker Mayfield.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and yes, it's true that. Hold on. It is true. The NFC South is still hot garbage, which is why I think the New Orleans Saints are going to win that division. I think the Saints are going to win that division because they got Derek Carr.
We're getting a lot of Pro Bowlers coming back. We got a lot of Pro Bowlers coming in.
Mm-hmm. And you also got Alvin Kamara. I don't know when he's going to be suspended.
Shinsuke Nakamura. I don't know, even though he's going to be suspended for a couple games.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, you can't get that suspension is coming.
Yeah.
But I definitely see. I see number one. I see the Eagles going to the playoffs. Coming up.
Definitely, they're still riding that playoff window. They still have good talent, and
I see
Jalen Hurts is. Ray says a good point. Which version of Derek Carr is going to get? But here's the thing, though: the reason Derek Carr was so bad in Vegas is because he had that revolving door of offensive coordinators.
Not to mention head coaches.
But now that he's a part of a team that actually has that barely has a revolving door of head coaches and offensive coordinators, he could might be able to show off his talents. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
But there's one thing I want to look at on the predictions. I do not see a Super Bowl's chance in hell that the Broncos are tying the Chiefs in the Burger predictions.
Maybe.
You still have Broncos country. Let's die.
Well, keep this in mind. Hold on. But keep this in mind. Sean Payton. Is the new head man in Denver.
You have to remember this, Cody. Sean Payton is a genius, okay? He's the man who gave my Saints our only Super Bowl win and made Drew Brees a legend.
If he can fix the one person that had a fuck up last season, then we can see the Broncos not cooking.
Well, can he fix Russell Wilson? That's the question.
That's what I was talking about.
Drew Brees, and he had a fucked up shoulder. He could do it with Russell Wilson, and he has an ego problem.
But I see Bills Mafia try to actually make it to the playoffs.
Oh no!
Try, Hagen.
Last year, we almost saw the first instance of Bengals versus Bills, and that we saw that the Bills didn't beat the Bengals last year.
Here's the thing, though. The Bills have the talent. They have the talent. They can make it far. They know how to do it. Okay? Mm-hmm. The first instance, they unfortunately had played a great game against a great team where unfortunately someone had to lose.
Ray's got a good point.
Okay. Do I trust Dennis Allen and the Saints, who was also horrible as a coach in the Raiders in 2012 and 2013? You know what? Yes, I do, because even though he was a bad coach with the Raiders, we also have to realize who was the owner of the Raiders.
We got breaking news.
Hold on, Cody.
This is coming from soccer.
We'll get to, actually, I kind of want to hear this. Actually,
this is from the Tottenham Hotspur Soccer Club in London.
Oh shit!
What's going on?
Joe Louis faces U.S. inside trading charges.
What?
Huh?
Yep, this is coming from our correspondent Matt.
Wait, what?
British billionaire Joe Lewis, the owner of the Tottenham Hotspur Soccer Club
Just
in
call them the
London, has
Spurs.
been charged.
They're known as the Spurs.
Yeah, has been charged with insider trading in the U.S.
Insider trading.
And guess what this is going to? New York.
Yeah.
Welcome back, Jamal.
What is it? NYCFC or New York Red Bulls?
No, he's going. No, I think the SEC's coming after him.
Yeah.
Oh.
We'll get back to that later. But anyway,
Yeah.
getting back to the NFL. Getting back to our predictions. Look, even though yes, he has been a horrible coach for the Raiders in 2012 and 2013. That was 10 years ago. Times can change, and I'll admit, yes, he was a horrible coach, but I'm going to try and see how he does with my Saints and with this team. And if he could do good this year, then maybe there's a chance. Okay.
But I think here's another thing to consider, Jacob. Remember, the Saints came really, really close at winning the NFC South last year.
Even though the South was hot garbage last year.
Yeah, and they came real close. The fact of it, had they not choked against the Buccaneers, they would have won the division.
True. Even like we said, the NFC South is hot garbage. Okay, so look, I'm not gonna like us taking the South because it's basically tank division there. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So I'm not holding my chances there. So let's get out of the NFC South and let's go to the AFC East because I really want to get back to the Bills because honestly, the Bills they just had a lot of bad luck hit them. You know. Because they're a great team. They got a lot of potential. They got a lot of great talent there. They got Josh Allen. They got a lot of great running backs. They got a good core. The defense is on point. But
then came mid-season injuries.
Of course, injuries. Look, injuries happen to all teams, okay? You can't there has not been a season where any NFL team will tell you we did not get hit with the injury bug, okay?
But I think here's another team to consider from the AFC East. How are the Jets going to do with Aaron Rodgers?
Oh,
that's there's your money question right there. How is Aaron Rodgers going to play in New York with the Jets?
Remember, we did compare him to his father.
Yeah. The only thing he's missing is stealing money.
Don't remind me. If he still wants him.
Or trying to sue Pat McAfee, but fair miserably.
No, not only that, but let's just hope he doesn't,
Well,
be
I think
an idiot.
Let's also take a look at the AFC North. Since we're in the neighborhood and since Jamal is back with us.
Yeah, let's talk about this. Considering the fact that USA Today actually said that the AFC North is actually predicting that the entire AFC North, we're talking Bengals, Browns, Ravens, and Steelers are all going to be having a winning record. Jamal, what is your reaction to USA Today making that strong prediction?
Someone's
Ma.
Oh.
We'll wait till he get back. But
I'll put my suggestion. Browns having a winning record. USA Today, stop smoking the wacky tobacco.
Yeah,
have you seen how the Browns were last season under one person who was having issues?
We know.
Yeah.
All right, you're back in, Jamal.
Let's try this again. Okay.
Can I be heard?
Yes,
you're here loud and clear.
Now, give us your reaction to USA Today saying that the entire AFC North is going to have a winning record.
Gonna be snappy. I don't see it. Somebody smoking crack. Somebody's having a losing record.
Exactly.
Somebody's having a losing record.
That'd be the Browns.
I'm gonna be petty and say in Cleveland because I don't need them succeeding anytime soon because they're the whole reason I had to deal with the fucking Lamar Jackson bullshit. So fuck that team. Fuck that team in its whole cheeks. If you want an honest opinion on who's winning the AFC North, I'll probably be very biased and say Baltimore.
Fair enough.
Not even Cincy?
Here's my problem with Cincinnati. Cincinnati fans have been talking a lot of shit, but here's my problem. Do y'all even have a Super Bowl to back up all that shit y'all been talking?
No. They made it to a Super Bowl. They got their asses kicked by the Rams.
You lost to a team that bought their way to a win.
Yeah,
so
they bought their win.
So what are y'all actually proving? Y'all can get to the big dance, but then y'all fail.
What they'll do is shimmy. That's it.
They need to win, flat out. They need to win a Super Bowl. As long as they have Joe Burrow, if he don't win a Super Bowl underneath that team, Cincy fans are in for a rough couple of years. Because I'm going to talk mad shit.
The salt will be pure and hate.
Now, for the Steelers, we all think one Chisel Dons is going to be probably happy if the Steelers actually, wide the Super Bowl train again.
They actually have a good season, but but on the other side of the coin, I know I can hear a certain tree screaming to the top of his lungs right about now.
Yinzers!
No, it's going something like this.
I thought you were going to say, welcome to Days of Our Steelers.
No. That show died. You got to go. You had to go full Yinzer and say,
I think the Pittsburgh Steelers, they're still rebuilding. At least they did draft a running back.
Oh, heavily.
I think they're still rebuilding. So saying that the Pittsburgh Steelers is going to go 11-6 by USA Today is a stretch.
Stretch.
Yeah, so that's a stretch.
What's USA Today? What if the way around? If Ravens got the 12-6, the Bengals got the 11-5.
You're jumping all over the place. Remember, the NFL is playing 17 games this year. USA Today has Bengals at 12-5, Ravens and Steelers at 11-6, and Browns at 10-7. Ravens get the wild card though.
I don't know about that. I don't know about that.
I'm going to make this quick because we also because we still got a long way to go.
Yeah,
welcome to happy hour.
The Giants now. USA Today has the Giants at dead last in the NFC East at 6-11.
I don't know about that.
I'll say this: if the Giants go 6-11, I can see Brandon going down to MetLife Stadium with the Louisville Slugger.
A Louisville Slugger and a Cadillac Escalade.
But let's go ahead and let Brandon have the floor.
My God!
Yeah, this is your BC. You are a member of Big Blue.
Where's Jose at today? Is he sleeping?
Can we lay off Jose for a second, Cody? Good Lord!
Shut up, Hagen. But
it's like as if you and him have a love affair all of a sudden.
I swear to God.
Go ahead, Brandon.
Fans in the comments, don't fucking think of that in your head. Just don't.
Shut up.
It'll be horrible and worse.
Go ahead, BC.
But the Giants, how the fuck do you even put this?
I mean, USA Today Sports.
Zip it, Cody. Zip it.
Yeah, seriously, shut up. But seriously, 6-11, that sounds like a bit of a stretch. But considering the schedule that they have, it's not that far off. But I see them being at least right where the Cowboys are, like 9-8, 10-7, around that area.
So like 10-7, 9-8, around that neighborhood.
Yeah,
I can see that because do you trust Daniel Jones even though he had a great season last year?
Not too much. The only
come back to me if he can be consistent. Because like I always say, consistency can get you to the Super Bowl. Okay?
Yeah, that and can Saquon Barkley prove that he's more than what he's got?
True. Can Saquon be more than what he's worth? Because he's a really good running back, but can he be more than what he says?
And then one, we can't ignore this one. We give the one middle finger salute to the former Washington Commanders owner, Dan Snyder,
Yes, we can now officially say the deal is finalized. Dan Snyder is no longer the owner of the Washington football team. It is done, sealed, and delivered. He is gone.
Ding dong, the dawn is dead, the dawn is dead, the dawn is dead.
It is.
Happy trails.
Yeah. Get that. Yes.
Until
Washington, D.C. and the city of Hanover, Maryland, you can breathe peacefully and have a sigh of relief. The bastard is gone.
And rest in peace to the culture. We will not be missed.
Now,
Hopefully,
this new ownership can actually give a damn towards the football team and maybe move forward on giving you a culture you can actually be proud of, and maybe a team you can actually want to go see and actually be and want to enjoy.
The one thing the new owner should give a damn is replacing that crappy ass statue that they put up.
Just
horrendous.
We're just gonna move on from that.
Okay. Let's,
now, heading on out to the hardwood, fellas, and first of all, we got to talk about what a successful return for Slam Ball over the weekend.
Slam Ball made its debut, returned last weekend, and did it come out swinging?
Now, let me jump in.
This game, it came out with a banger, with the rivalry renewed between the Mob and the Rumble, two OGs duking it out, and they were not kidding. There were slams, bams, and everything in between.
Well, let me jump in for a sec, because I kind of like the way how they kind of did the schedule a little bit different, because they had like two teams play against each other. They had like two games, and those two games, the winner of those two games play in the next game. And basically how they did the schedule is that like the majority of these games are going to be on ESPN Plus. So I like it because it gives ESPN Plus some, more programming to air, especially since we're in the point to where we're about to get ready to approach the NFL preseason. And college football is coming up around the corner and around the bend. So it's great to see Slam Ball back. Slam Ball had a great debut. I managed to catch a couple games of it. Very entertaining. Don't you just love when you see basketball players jumping around on trampoline
and actually giving hockey style checks when they want to into the crash boards?
Absolutely. So it's great to see that they're back.
I could actually check out the scores from the weekend we saw. The first game was not. It was a rivalry renewed, but it was very rough for my Rumble. Mob taking the first game 73-36. They gave the Rumble a good rumbling, all right. Second game,
they really tore their face off.
Yeah, they did. Second game, that was a game you wanted to see on ESPN Plus. The Lava and the Slashers, they really took it against each other. The Slashers edging it out 67-63. That was a classic. But then the Mob came to town and blunted out the Slashers 62-23 in the finale on night one.
That makes sense.
Yeah, that was on ESPN. And then night two, and then on night two on Saturday, we went to ESPN Plus. We started off with the new teams, the new boys. The Wrath and the Griffins went to town. Got another banger out of this one. The Wrath wins 42-37 in their first game. And then in the second game, the Buzzsaw took out the Ozone 60-34. But then the third game did almost like how the first game ended. Took the win 44-32 in the final on that one. Yes.
So it's great we're seeing this much action. It was a great opening weekend for Slam Ball. As we brought up, they're gonna play the majority of their games on ESPN Plus. So if you have ESPN Plus, you should go and catch these games because
definitely. And if you got the Disney bundle, it's worth it. You got yourself a good deal out of it because basically it's like we said, it's basically basketball, but you get the chance to not only check your opponents into the crash pads, but you can also into the crash boards, but you can also do awesome, insane dunks with the help with some trampolines and do some awesome maneuvers as well.
Absolutely. Now, sticking to the sport of basketball, we gotta talk about this one because.
Oh boy!
Money talk.
Just as I said, since it came to the day,
Yeah.
you can plus that off. We can officially say this: Jaylen Brown got himself a supermax.
Yeah, no
Yeah, he
kidding.
did.
He got the richest
He's got
contract
5 years,
NBA history.
The two-time All-Star Jaylen Brown has agreed to the biggest supermax in NBA history, a 5-year, 60-something million dollar contract totaling $304 million to the Boston Celtics. He is now the highest paid player in NBA history.
60.8 million.
60.8 a year. That's 304. That is wow. And here's the 26 point. Yeah, the contract is fully guaranteed. There's no player option for the final year in Brown's deal in 2020 and 2029. This contract includes a trade kicker that it would increase Brown's salary even further if he is dealt at any point during the 5-year extension. So if the Celtics decide to trade him at any point in his career, in his contract, he gets more money.
Holy shit!
Yeah. So and this comes after having a career high 26 points per game, 26 points per game, 6.9 rebounds, 3.5 assists in 33.5 minutes a game in this past season, helping to get the Boston Celtics to Game 7 of the Eastern Conference Finals, which they unfortunately would lose to the Miami Heat, which went on to the NBA Finals, getting themselves their ring, which was them getting themselves championship.
Mm-hmm.
No, which them losing to the Denver Nuggets.
Mm-hmm.
Which, let's be quite honest, the Nuggets really deserve that.
Safe to say, Brown, man, that is some money right there.
Yeah, that's some serious money. Now, also sticking in basketball, USA Basketball has named 14 players for their select team.
Oh yeah, because the FIBA World Cup is coming up this year, actually.
Absolutely.
Holgren, I know it's up there.
Well, let me explain. You did say Chet Holmgren.
Yeah, I know he's on there.
Yeah, he's on there. Cade Cunningham.
Oh, from the Pistons.
Mm-hmm. You also got Keegan Murray, Jalen Duran.
Oh yeah.
You got Trey Murphy, Herb Jones, Jalen Green, Quentin Grimes, Peyton Pritchard. I make sure I guys pronounce the name right.
Yeah.
And big man Naz Weed.
Indeed.
So,
but if Chris Paul is anything to remind you of, be careful because you don't want to get injured because Chris Paul can tell you this when he got injured in the FIBA World Cup before if I remember correctly, the 2014 season.
Mm-hmm.
So you got to be careful with when you're playing in the FIBA World Cup.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So a lot of things going on. We're going to switch it up here because we got some big things going on internationally. We're going to head off to the pitch, as they like to say, because last week was the start of the World Cup. And before any of y'all say anything, this is the women's side. I'm not talking about the men. This is the women's World Cup, not the men. That's next year. Yeah, the women started their FIFA World Cup last Thursday, believe it or not. And they started off their games last Thursday with three games started. 2 games with 2 wins going to New Zealand and Australia, getting the wins over Norway and England, 1-0 together, and 1 draw with Nigeria and Canada.
Well, we got some games to announce today from the World Cup. The Philippines defeated New Zealand 1-0 today. And, of course, we got the game between Switzerland and Norway that ended 0-0.
Yeah, draw 0-0 on there. And then we got some games coming up tomorrow. In fact, early morning, a lot of them are actually morning games because time goes because they're playing in the land down under.
Hold on, Jacob, because we got one game at midnight. We got Japan and Costa Rica.
Like I said, it's because of the fact they are playing in Auckland, New Zealand. That is the host site for the Women's World Cup this year.
Yeah, that's what I said. This game is in Dunedin. You have to forgive me. Yeah, this game is in Dunedin, New Zealand, between Japan and Costa Rica. And then at that game, you got Spain and Zambia.
Thank you.
At 2:30, and then right at the crack of dawn at 7 a.m, Canada will be going head-to-head with Ireland, and then
USA taking on the Netherlands.
Yeah, Team USA will be taking on the Netherlands at 8
Speaking
o'clock at night.
Speaking of the USA, they beat the tar out of Vietnam 3-0 last time.
And as I take a look at the groups the points of the group stage so far, as we say, we're still early on in the Women's World Cup so far. As we take a look at starting off with Group A, Switzerland still holds the lead in the group, 4 points with host country New Zealand tied with the Philippines at 3. Heading down the list, Group B, Australia holds the lead to the group with 3 points with Canada and Nigeria tied at second with 1. Japan and Spain are tied with Group C with 3 points. Same with Group D with Denmark and England, and Group B with the USA and Netherlands. So the winner of this game tonight will be taking the lead in Group E.
I think the winner of this game also probably might be able to clinch a spot into the knockout round.
True, because of the tiebreakers. Going into Group F, Brazil holds Group F with 3 points, with Jamaica and France tied for second.
Yeah.
Group G, Sweden and Italy are tied with 3 points apiece. Germany and Colombia are tied with 3 points apiece each as well.
So, something, and I just want to bring this up. Great games. You should be able to catch them off if you're able. Now, because as you brought up, Jacob, the majority of these games are taking place in Australia and New Zealand. Their time zone is different.
Way different. We're talking about way early in the morning. So if you're going to be able to watch these games, I suggest setting your alarm clocks and going to sleep way early at night if you want to be able to.
Or you could DVR.
Or DVR it if you got it. Or DVR it. I do that. I do that as well.
Yeah, so you can do that as well. And we're not going to bring up about these. I'm not going to make it political. I'm going to move on.
Let's not say it.
Also, there's something I want to knock on the wood for, because I don't know if you guys saw. This is on the NBA side, by the way. Have you seen the Pelicans' new jersey?
Oh yeah. The Pelicans debuted some new jerseys. For
the season, the Crescent City jersey. For this coming season, they're up.
They're going for a. Like you said, they're up. Let me take a look. I want to take a look at the. Yeah, I'm getting this straight from Sports Illustrated. This is just from this earlier today. Damn it, load up, damn it. Where is it? They're actually they're going for a red, white, and blue design from the usual. And like you said, they actually are now going with the nickname for New Orleans, which is known as the Crescent City.
Any way you could share it so we can put it on the we can put it up on the stream?
Yeah, hold on. Let me present share screen. Here we go. Share. Okay, check it out. This is the new logo for new design for the Pelicans this year.
Yeah, there it is.
Yeah, I do believe that's the new home jersey, if I remember correctly.
You know what? These look fresh.
Yeah, or away or alternate. I don't know. They always
it's an alternate. That much I know.
They're gonna start. This is the first redesign they've done since 2014. Wow, over 10 years.
That's what I said. It's probably around the time when they changed the name from the Hornets to Pelicans.
Yeah, when Charlotte was begging to have it back.
Yeah, basically. Okay, then that's not that looks great. That's not too bad at all. Now let's go ahead and shift focus to baseball. And
Yeah.
first and
Now it's
foremost,
time for the meat and
we
potatoes.
need hold
Now it's
on,
time for
hold
the meat
on,
and
hold on,
potatoes.
hold on, because first and foremost, we got the Shohei sweepstakes.
Oh,
boy.
well, yeah,
Not to get a
because
transition to MLB.
just in
We got
time,
the-
Hagen, because
I know the Mets are looking for that.
Shohei
They need to
Ohtani
get themselves right.
because all 29 teams are going to be putting in bids the size of Mount Everest to
Yeah.
get the first two-way player since the late great Babe himself to be on their team.
Now I brought this up to Brandon yesterday because Brandon, I think it's either yesterday or Sunday, I wasn't too sure. But Brandon was talking about this other pitcher that the Mets are trying to get, Yamamoto. I think that was his name.
From Japan.
Yeah, and I was bringing up. Can you imagine if him and Shohei won the same? Was on the same team.
Well, imagine that you got that star from Japan on the mound and Shohei in the batter's box.
Ooh.
Whoa, ooh, that's a 1-2 combo right there. And then
Now think about this. Think about this for a moment. Say if the Mets were able to not only get themselves who they wanted, but imagine this: not only was Shohei that the Mets, if they were able to pull the trigger, him, Shohei, Kodai Senga, and Yamamoto.
Oh.
Well, Mets put it off. Mets going to win the World Series.
That is just proving the point. They are trying their damnedest to get Lomé to put him in the car and put a 357 right behind their head.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. That's actually saying, okay, then we get all this. It's gonna be like a 12 gauge shotgun behind the head of Low Mets.
Yeah, right behind the
Get
barn.
a 12 gauge. Get an 18 gauge.
No. That's too small. You get a 4 gauge. The smaller the gauge, the bigger the slug.
Dang. You gotta keep this in mind. Where Jacob is from, they do hunting for a living.
Yeah. Thank you. Yeah. So I was saying, yeah. So yeah, because here's the thing: if the Mets get those stars, they are doing everything they can to get rid of the mystique, the stench, the ratty corpse that is Low Mets. And if they can finally do that, then we can actually see them as what they want to be, and that is a perennial force in the National League.
Now, I was reading on Twitter
a few years back, as you know, they had Yoenis Cespedes on that front. And look what happened to them when they did.
They almost won the World Series, but unfortunately they met the Kansas City Royals.
Well, let me bring this up for a second, because also a part of the sweepstakes that's going on. I was reading this on Twitter that so far it looks like it's the Diamondbacks and the Orioles. It's pretty much leading the pack at this point, and trying to get Shohei Ohtani. And now I know Jamar was having a ball that if the Orioles get Shohei Ohtani, well, we ain't gonna hear the end of it.
Here's the thing: Baltimore has been slowly rebuilding to finally get themselves into prominence as a good force in, I do believe, in the American League for so long.
Well, here's the thing, Jacob. Right now, Baltimore is leading the AL East.
That is true. They are on top of the AL East. So we're about to hit the end of July here.
Well, let's run through the scores real quick, because we got a couple of updates.
Speaking of the scores here, let's talk about what's been going on here tonight. It is the July 25th, and we are just about to hit the end of July here, about to hit the end of the summer stretch. We got a couple games going on as we speak here. Let's head up to the Motor City up at Comerica Park. Top of the fifth, Angels lead the Tigers 2-1 with men at first and third with one out.
Also, we got this game is headed to the fifth inning. We got the Orioles leading the Phillies 2-1
over at
Citizens Bank Park.
Yeah, over at Citizens Bank. Heading to the fifth inning, over at the Coffin, otherwise known as Tropicana. The Rays leading the Marlins in the Battle of Florida, 3-1.
Yeah. Oh, there's another thing you got to look out for. By the way, do you guys hear the rumbling going down in NYC?
What's going on?
We got the Subway Series.
Oh yeah, the Subway Series is in effect, and unfortunately, it's Queens taking the lead, going into the bottom of the third, 4-0 Mets.
That's over at the Bronx.
Over at the place that Bay built. It's Queens taking the lead over the Bronx so far.
Yeah. And then coming up at 7:10 p.m.
Hold on.
Hold off on that one, Hagen. Jesus.
First of all, we do have a couple of delays. We have a couple of delays. First of all, we got the Rockies and the Nationals. They're in the middle of a delay. I don't know whether anyone will care. We didn't want care to see that game.
I feel sorry for Rockies and Nationals fans. A game that is delayed, and I feel a game that is delayed as well. I think the weather is kicking in. Red Sox and Braves over at Fenway.
They're in a rain delay.
A rain delay, so they're going to be. That could be an hour delay. Could be lightning because that always happens.
Yeah. Speaking of the games that are happening, going in the bottom of the fourth, going into Progressive Field in Cleveland. The Guardians are up 1-0 over the Kansas City.
They're actually going to the fifth. Actually, 1-0 Guardians. Heading to the top of the fifth as we speak.
I just want to say this real quick. Royals fans, they just wait until Chiefs preseason gets underway.
So I talked about the Royals stuff before the show got started.
Mm-hmm.
Oh yeah, that's right. The owner of the Kansas City Royals was giving an update on how the new stadium is going.
Oh yeah, because they're planning on giving Kauffman Field some renovations, if I remember correctly.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. So,
and speaking of renovation, I think the Mariners need to renovate what the hell they're going to do here because they're down 4-0 against the Minnesota Twins up at Target Field.
Yeah, heading into the second inning over at
Now we do got a couple of games coming up this evening. We got coming up in the worst named stadium ever, Guaranteed Rate Field. We got the Battle of Chicago between the Cubs and the White Sox.
No! I got a better name for it. It's the Windy City Showdown.
That was just fine.
Yeah, it's the Windy City Showdown in Southtown. The Cubbies and the White Sox.
You want to see it?
Somebody's going to be watching with bated breath because I know he's a Cubby fan until he dies.
Oh, Jacob, you want to see a showdown? Look no further than Cincinnati and Milwaukee.
The Battle of the Midwest.
These two teams are 1 and 2 in the NL Central.
All right.
A
battle for the Central. Yeah, that's a good one. Another game.
Well, there's another showdown for you.
Oh yeah,
and it's going to be down in Minute Maid Park as
Let me do this one. This is my boys. It's a battle in the Lone Star State. Rangers and Astros in Minute Maid Park.
You know the song, "The Stars at Night Are Big and Bright."
Oh my God!
Deep in the heart of Texas.
And now it's also bloody and white. Woo-hoo!
Let me say this: the Cubs' schedule is fucking weird because last week Cubs fought the Cardinals, and Cardinals won the first game. Cubs won the 3 games. Cubs have 2 games on the White Sox today and tomorrow. Then they get to fight the Cardinals again.
Man, that's the MLB schedule for you. We also got coming up, we got the Cardinals. Speaking of the Cardinals, they're going down to Phoenix to play against the Diamondbacks.
And before that, we got to go into of course, Cali ball because the dumpster fire that is the Oakland A's taking on San Francisco.
It's not going to be. Yeah, it's going to be. We're going to be calling it Cali ball for not for long as he said. Because the Athletics are heading over to San Fran to Oracle Park to take on the Giants.
Yeah, we got a battle at the Bay.
It is a battle at the Bay. Man,
we also got the Pirates and the Padres at Petco Park.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, and then the main event.
Rounding it off.
Then the main event tonight at Dodger Stadium.
The Toronto Blue Jays, the generational Toronto Blue Jays taking on the Dodgers.
Indeed, a lot of great baseball action coming up tonight. Best believe best believe if you don't have goosebumps now, I don't know where your pulse is.
Well,
Yeah,
let's take a.
Let's take a look at the standings so far.
We all three had the same idea.
Yeah, I was about to say that.
We're about to get past the summer stretch, and we're about to get into August, which means the playoff push is about to get deeper.
In the AL East, the Baltimore Orioles and their 3-game winning streak is up 2.5 games over Tampa Bay. Man, Tampa Bay is having an awful July.
Yeah, July has not been pretty for the Rays. Meanwhile, Toronto is creeping up on Tampa Bay. They are just 4 games behind them.
Hey, speaking of creeping up, the Yankees, they're starting to surge. I'm telling you.
Yeah, the Yankees are creeping up as well. They are tied with Boston as they are just 2.5 games right behind Toronto.
All 5 of those teams in the AL East winning records. That's saying something. Hold on.
Let me put my again. The AL East, like I said, is becoming the place to be. It is getting nasty, and I love it.
The good news is that the Minnesota Twins are taking advantage of the end of the AL Comedy Central. They are now up 4 games over the Guardians.
And they're the only team above 500, and that says a lot, honestly.
Yeah, they're on a 4-game winning streak, by the way, the Twins are. So, like I said, the Guardians, they're 4 games out. The Tigers, well, they're still in the thick of it. They're 7 games out. White Sox and the Royals,
and
they're just there.
Heading out west, this is we talked about the battle in the Lone Star State between the Rangers and the Astros. Get this is a series you must see because get this, they are 1-2 in the AL West.
Oh man,
just 2 games ahead of my Astros.
Oof, that's gonna be. I tell you what, that's gonna be a very tough battle.
Fuel to this fire, I don't know what will.
That's gonna be a huge battle.
The third team right near the whole Houston situation is Angels.
Yeah, the Angels are third in the AL West by 5.5 to the Astros. But get this, Seattle is creeping up on the Angels. They're just 1 game behind them.
Yeah, you know what's weird? The A's are just right there. 28 and 74. In the bottom.
For that 100 lose.
Let me just say this: the Mariners. I think this is the only team in the AL thing that they're 50, 50, and 500.
They are at 500. They are at the level.
Well, you gotta keep this in mind, Cody. This is the same team that enjoys kicking their fans in the dick. So
they enjoy dick kicking so much they make it into an annual tradition.
Yeah. Who needs a protective cup? They love to get kicked down there.
Yeah, it's moving on to the National League. Let's get
to the National League. Where things get a little more chaotic.
Especially the Braves division to lose.
Yeah. It didn't help that. I was about to say, it did not help that Miami, like I said, they fell off the side of the earth.
Yeah, got an 11.5 game cushion. Repeat, cushion in the NL East.
Here's another problem with that. Because I just mentioned this with the Braves. It doesn't matter how dominant they can be.
Playoffs.
If they don't get the job done in the playoffs coming up, what's the point?
Look, they've done it before. They have won a World Series before.
Yeah, but
we got the Phillies. They're in third in the NL East.
But get this, half a game to Miami.
Yeah, the Mets are sitting in fourth. Something's got to be done at this point. The Mets, they are at 46 and 53. Buck Showalter better do something. He better do something real fast.
I got a perfect idea for Buck Showalter. Simple enough. Leave.
You can't escape all Mets.
Yeah, hey, Buck Showalter, I got a perfect idea that'll help the Mets. Leave.
Yeah, Steve Cohen is just sometimes he's fuming in his
I'm predicting in his head office. I'm seeing nothing but holes, broken windows, chairs everywhere.
Mm-hmm. And a crying secretary at the corner. Yeah. In the NL Central,
And like you said, a hot game going to be coming up tonight. Cincinnati, Milwaukee. This game could decide the NL Central. 1.5 games separate the two.
Mm-hmm. And Cody's Cubs are sitting in third at 48 and 51. So they're still in the thick of it.
They are still in the hunt. They still have a chance to take the NL Central. They still have a chance, and they have plenty of time to do it. They have 2 months to work. They have 2 months and 6 days to work with. They have the time.
Meanwhile, 4th and 5th are 45 and 44 wins to 56.
The Cardinals and the Pirates.
Aren't both St. Louis and Pittsburgh rebuilding in a sense?
I think, yeah.
Considering the fact that Pittsburgh got the #1 overall pick.
Yeah. So, I think both teams are rebuilding, but I would not be surprised if somehow, some way, St. Louis gets into the playoffs somehow. I wouldn't be surprised.
If they pull the Magic Rabbit out of their ass, I'd be surprised.
Anyway,
now we got
now to the NL West, because this one's an interesting one. Because, yes, of course, the Dodgers are leading the NL West.
I have a question.
It's more so on who's behind them.
A tie for second.
Hold on. Brandon has a question.
Who expected Arizona to be there?
If you told me that this season that the Arizona Diamondbacks will be competitive in the NL West, I would have slapped you in the face.
Man, let me say something about this one, because usually you expect this division to be, the top 3 teams to be from California. You expect the Dodgers, the Giants, and the Padres to be battling for this.
Well,
division.
you expect 2 of them, but not Arizona.
That's true. And it's great to see the Dodgers and the Giants are doing battle, even though right now, all 4 of these teams, by the way, including the Padres, on a losing streak of some sort. Dodgers on a 2-game losing streak. Diamondbacks on a 5-game losing streak. Giants on a 6-game losing streak. Padres on a 2-game losing streak. The only team that is consistent is the Rockies, and they're on a 1-game winning streak. So
I have a question. Is it crazy enough that the West is a team full of practically a conference full of bloodbaths?
It's basically the crabs in the bucket mentality. Basically, everybody wants to be at the top, and they'll kill each other first.
I think the NL's a little bit more competitive than the AL.
It feels like it, honestly.
Well, only on the West, if I had to be honest.
When was the last time before this season the Diamondbacks was this competitive?
Oh boy, I know.
I actually know the answer. The last time they were this competitive, there was a 47-year-old dude on the mound slinging heaters faster than that makes your hat spin, named Randy frickin' Johnson.
Mm-hmm.
Who got a perfect game and a World Series ring on his finger.
Yeah. So I mean that's really just something.
No, it's funny how you mentioned about that, because it's always this. I don't know if it's superstition, but there's that superstition. If you had a perfect game in a season, you're bound to win the chip itself.
Mm-hmm.
Well, wait, you don't think?
I don't know if it's true or not, but I know the Yankees have done that 4 times.
And the Yankees are the current ones who have won.
Is it possible? I mean, it'd be
say it isn't.
Well, it'll be like that McDonald's kids commercial. Hey, it can happen.
If it does happen and the Yankees actually do pull it off, man, that's a mind fuck.
So the Cubs and the White Sox have something on the line tonight.
Oh, what's up?
The Wintrust Crosstown Series Trophy.
Oh, they actually have a trophy for the rivalry?
But they're trying to be like soccer.
At least they're trying something.
Yeah, I said they're trying to be like soccer.
Or like college football with their things, you know?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, at least they give a rivalry a name. So
I mean, to be honest, it doesn't look that bad.
Mm-hmm.
And any city rivalries, bad blood's gonna be spilled.
Almost definitely. I'm predicting a lot of fair.
Imagine the NFL did this for the for Chicago Bears and Green Bay.
No.
The Aaron Rodgers Cup.
No. Unfortunately, I don't think with new quarterbacks, I don't think Green Bay will be owning the Chicago Bears anymore.
I doubt that.
With Aaron moving over to New York.
Well, let me just say this real quick. Before we turn out the lights and turn out the lights, the party's over.
And hit last call.
Yeah, let me just say this real quick. I want to thank our fans for tuning in, and
also thank our man Jamal Bedlam for coming on into the bar for giving us opinion, and our big correspondent, our buddy Ray Drizzle, for helping us out with these headlines. Because honestly,
there's actually more Chargers news before we head off.
Oh shit!
What's this? We got some late breaking news. Okay, what is this? This is from Ian Rappaport. At various times, the Chargers have had the highest paid non-quarterback Joey Bosa, the highest paid safety, and Darwin James, the highest paid center, and Corey Lindsey, and now the highest paid quarterback. And now they have the highest paid quarterback in Herbert.
I just want to say this: Dean Spanos is going to be burning his wallet.
Burning his wallet. He's already put that in the incinerator.
Yeah, you talk about paying some big money. I say this: Chargers better win the Super Bowl, or else.
And don't forget, folks. Next month will be the Football Hall of Fame, but it'll also honor the late great Jim Brown as his legacy.
Put Cleveland on the map, and what many people don't realize is that even though Cleveland does not have a Super Bowl, they do have championships. Here's a fun factoid: before the whole Super Bowl era began, they actually won titles, 6 of them to be a fact.
Mm-hmm. That's a true story. I mean, even the Detroit Lions won the NFL championship.
Yeah, Jim Brown put the Browns on the map.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, it wasn't Paul Brown, it was Jim Brown. But anyway, it is not for the last call. Again, thank you to everybody for tuning in to episode 86 of the Unofficial Sports Podcast. And this was a great episode for us to do today. We had a lot of great stuff talking about today. We had a lot of great things going on as well. We got a lot of great things coming up. The preseason of the NFL is coming up, which means football season is just about to begin, which means it's going to get a lot more fun for a lot of us, because that means we get to do the one thing we love best, and that's NFL season. We get to talk about all our favorite teams, all the wacky, all the insanity that is the NFL season. Not just the NFL season, but college football as well. Talking about our boys on the gridiron at our homes as well. But anyways, we will talk about that next week. But until then, for Brandon, for Cody, for C. Carter, for myself, and for Jamal Bedlam, our correspondent Ray Drizzle, we thank you so much for tuning in. We will see you guys next week for the start of preseason for the 2023 NFL season. But until then, you have yourselves a safe and wonderful night, and we see you guys next week. Get out, everybody!
See you later, boys.
We'll see you all next week.
Make sure you wake up next time.
Fuck you.